What is going on, guys? It is Brick General here, back with another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a review on the newest MacBook Pro. Obviously, I'm not here to bore you with a very in-depth review, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet and make you guys get out of here as fast as you can. So I picked up the model that has a 13.3-inch screen and retails for $14.99. And personally, I think this is probably the best MacBook bang for your buck in the 2019 lineup. The screen, as I said, is 13.3 inches diagonally and is 2560 by 1660 pixels. It's a Retina IPS display, so obviously it's going to look pretty nice. And it also has Apple's True Tone technology, which essentially adjusts the color palette of the screen to match your surroundings to basically make it easier on your eyes. Obviously, this is a great feature and works great with the screen. The brightness at maximum is perfect for any setting as well, so in short, the screen is really good. Obviously, with all MacBooks, the build quality of the device is fantastic, and I still think Apple is sitting atop the throne of the best laptop builds. The speakers get loud and are perfect for any use. There's really not much to talk about. Along with the build quality, Apple does speakers greatly. I mean, they do own Beats, so you can't really make it that tough on them. The Force Touch trackpad, likewise to the build quality and speakers, is great as well. Tracking is precise, the multi-touch gestures are always really responsive, and overall it's just a smooth experience using it. I personally really like the butterfly keyboard that Apple has done, but it's definitely not for everyone at first. This is the fourth iteration of this style of keyboard by Apple since releasing in 2016. I think Apple has really got it down with this iteration. After you get used to it, it actually is a really nice keyboard, but there are some complaints about it breaking, but when you buy a MacBook Pro, you immediately get a free keyboard support system, or essentially if your keyboard breaks, you can get it repaired for free from Apple. Now, obviously this is a great feature, but it does kind of show that the keyboards may not be completely durable, but I think that's mainly for the older models. The touch bar is included in this model, as it is with all MacBook Pro models. It does have some uses and is kind of cool, but it remains as kind of like a gimmick to a lot of people. A lot of people think it's kind of useless, and it basically is just something to add value to the price that Apple did. Honestly, I think it works well in some apps, some applications, it works well for photo editing apps and sometimes for video editing apps, but it's not really useful for everyone. I still think it's good though. The Touch ID that's built in right next to the touch bar is actually a great feature and is really fast. It's using the new Apple T2 security chip, which essentially means that the Touch ID is going to be faster than normal in previous models, and all of your data, including your fingerprint, is extra safe. The laptop comes with two Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports that are lightning fast and transfer data at 40 GPS, so if you ever plug in like a flash drive or anything, it's going to work great. But obviously, as I said, the only two ports besides the headphone jack, obviously, are Thunderbolt 3 ports. There's no SD card slot, there's no HDMI port, so if you really want to be doing something, you're probably going to need the big old dongle, and I only have the USB 3 to normal USB one, so it's not really anything fancy for me, but a lot of people, if you're going to need to use the other ports, obviously you're going to need to buy the $80 dongle. The charging for the battery is done through these as well, and with the computer, it can be charged to full in about 90 minutes. Now that's obviously great, judging you can get about 10 hours of battery life with it, with the brightness at half setting. On screen, you can see the specs. It is a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core processor with turbo boost clocking up to 3.6 gigahertz in this model. Obviously, pretty good processor, but if you upgrade it, it will obviously get better, and it might actually be worth the upgrade if you're doing some more heavy lifting with the computer. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM memory, 256 gigabytes of SSD storage, and the graphics card in the 13-inch model is integrated with the Intel Iris Plus Graphics 645 chip. And the CPU in general is Intel 8th generation i5 processor. So basically everything's pretty decent, but if you're going to need to use it for really heavy things, it might not be perfect. As I said, these specifications should be perfect for 90% of computer users. I can use it to edit HD footage just fine, but when it comes to 4K rendering, obviously it's going to have some limitations. I edit on it, and it's always fine for the iMovie edits that I do. On top of video editing, I use the device for software development and coding with the Swift language, and the CPU is just handling all of this just fine. Now, if you get to some more heavy development that may come later for more advanced software developers, then maybe it might actually have some limitations, as I've experienced a little bit of this, but it's fine for me right now. Obviously, the MacBook Pro can handle web browsing, video watching, and some very light gaming perfectly. But you shouldn't be getting a $14.99 laptop if all you plan on doing is playing Papa's Pizzeria and watching terrible Fortnite content. Hold on, time out. Why are my videos playing on the screen for terrible Fortnite content? Hold on, what? Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully, guys, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.